Zara Larsson, welcome to America's Dance 30.
Thank you so much.
Now, I know that you had a number one with Clean Bandit, which, by the way, Symphony, still one of my favorite songs of all time.
Thank you. It's beautiful.
I know you had a number one with Alesso, but is Cant Tame Her your first solo number one?
It is. It is.
Oh my
Yay!
God, congratulations.
I know, it's incredible. Thank you so much. I'm just so thankful to everyone who is listening, to everyone who's requesting, to all the programmers like you guys playing the song on the show. It means so much because I've done so much dance music in my career, and I really feel like it's such an important field and like genre of music that I am a small part of. So the fact that I get to have my own feels absolutely incredible. So thank you.
Was that a half heart? Was I supposed to give you the other half? It's like backwards.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, we're going to talk all about how Cant Tame Her was born coming up. But before we do that, let's get to know Zara Larsson a little better with Finky's firsts.
Okay, let's hit it.
So I know at a young age that you did ballet. Was ballet and singing one of the first things you wanted to be growing up, or was there something else you wanted to be?
No, never wanted to be a ballerina in my life, actually. I don't really know why I did ballet. And I did so much of it. But I've always wanted to be a singer.
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
So
really
what's the
is.
story of ballet? Did you do it just for your parents?
No, I did it because I went to different schools. You know I wanted to do something. And I've always loved dancing. I mean, I danced a lot on stage. I dance a lot in my videos. It's a big part of who I am as an artist. But there's not really any, dance performance schools for children in Stockholm, where I'm from. There's some, but they're not like on a very, high level. And I like a challenge. So I went to a lot of different schools. I just saw like, what's the vibe? Went to a lot of singing schools, but all the like good ones were just, you had to sing in choir. And I'm like, no, I want to do solo. Like, I'm not going to be in a choir. So actually, after going to see the vibe, I really, really liked this Royal Swedish Ballet School. They had small classes. They were just like running around in tracksuits all day. I really liked that. And I had the best classmates I could possibly have. Like, that time in my life is so precious to me. I still just think about it with so much love. And I think actually that was the reason why I kept dancing and stayed in that school for so long, was because I had the most amazing classmates and the most amazing teachers. And I'm really happy that I did it now, because ballet is such like a foundation of all types of dance, but was never interested in being at the opera, doing like Swan Lake or the Nutcracker or something like that. But it's nice to have. But I've always wanted to be a solo pop star. And here we are.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if this is true because hashtag Wikipedia, but is it true that you were born technically dead?
I mean, that's a little dramatic. I was born, I didn't really breathe. I was very blue. I didn't really breathe. It was very dramatic. I don't think they ever, declared me dead, but I was not like a stress-free delivery, if we put it that way. I feel really sorry for my mom, because these days I think they do a C-section if they can turn the baby around. So I didn't come out with my head first. I came out the opposite way, like a chicken, just folded up like this.
Oh my God, what a comparison.
Yeah. And my mom gave birth to me just the regular way. And it went really badly. But luckily, as we all can see, I resurrected. I am alive today. But no, I wouldn't say that.
Well, that's what it says on Wikipedia.
But it's cool. We can keep it there. We can leave it there.
We can definitely, it gives you some street cred. And not that it's a comparison in any way, but I was actually born jaundice, and I was in an incubator because of that. So I feel like we have some kind of connection
incubator
for being.
bestie.
Yeah, Absolutely. Now, I know you won a talent show in Sweden
That I did.
when you were 10 years old. Was that your
Yeah.
first time performing?
No, I mean, I have been on stages for, if there's a stage, I will find it and I will be on it. In every, school situation when I was younger, if we had some like just fun with the class, and it will be like a performance, or my first ever competition was a Christmas song competition where you could sing a Christmas song. And I was on that like a year before. There was some competitions in like shopping malls that I would sign up for, just to, like, be on stage. I have always loved to be on stage, but that was definitely the first really big thing. It was like broadcasted on national television and all that. But I have not been shy of a stage.
And do you remember the first thing you bought when you won the 500,000 kroner?
Yeah, I did. It was my mom was like, if you win, you can get whatever you want. So I was like, cool. So I got a Juicy Couture bag.
At 10?
I did. That was like the one thing I wanted to have. I was like, I want to get a Juicy Couture bag. And I did. It was like the most popular bag. Or I see, it was like the era where Paris Hilton would have it. And just like, actually, I think she might have rocked it a little bit earlier. But like 2008, that was just, oh, it was so hot, so hot. So that's the one thing that I got, which was a very small percentage of the money. But after that, I didn't really touch them. I mean, I didn't have anything to really splurge on when you're 10. Like,
At 10.
And my mom would never allow me to like go out and buy some silly stuff. But I did get my bag.
Well, I'm proud of your parents for doing that.
Yeah.
Now, I told you when we were chatting in Miami that I was lucky to be one of the people on the virtual performance that you did at the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah, I remember that.
And how blown away I was by your talent. I just watched a recent video of Ed Sheeran playing one of his first songs and talking about how bad it was. Do you remember the first time you realized you could sing?
I think, when you grow up and you have some sort of talent, your parents obviously like think you're the bee's knees and the best thing since sliced bread.
Sliced.
Is that not a saying? I'm just like hitting you with the saying.
No. I'm
bee's knees, sliced bread, all of that.
Like
but
your fan army, it's sliced bread.
Oh, sliced bread, right? No, I just think, they were like, oh my God, you're amazing. Like, you're amazing. And sometimes it's like, do they just say that because, I'm their kid, or am I actually pretty good? But I always had, a big cheerleading squad from at home. And then I've always loved to perform. Like, talent aside, I just love how it makes me feel. I love to entertain people and that. But then I would always get positive reactions. And, I think it just went hand in hand with my love for entertaining. The fact that I was good at singing. So it was just always very natural to me. And I don't know if I ever thought to myself like, wow, I'm really good at this. I should probably do this as a career. It was just very crystal clear to me from the start that I can't see myself do anything else than singing. Like, what would that be? That's crazy that I would ever do anything else. So it's just always been a part of who I am in a way.
Well, not to poo-poo on your parents, but my parents told me I was amazing growing up, and look at me now. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're having a show.
Yes.
You're amazing. Yeah.
Thank you, Zara. Finally, in Finky's First, in honor of Cant Tame Her going #1, when the club is closing, but you're not going home,
where am I going?
Where is Zara going?
That's what everybody wants to know, and nobody knows.
Not like a McDonald's or a Steak and Shake?
For sure. Absolutely. We have the Swedish chain that's called Max, which is like a better version of McDonald's. I would say it's just like McDonald's is a classic, and I do love it. But Max is just, they have a great vegan menu for everyone who's vegan, and it's not like, oh, it's like edible if you you have to take it because you're vegan. I would get like their vegan chicken burger, or like, but it's just like, it feels healthy, but it's not. But it feels like it's like well produce. It's like good produce. It's like I'll definitely go straight there. And then if there's like, I'm not really huge on after parties because it's actually not that fun. It's a little sad.
Plus, you're so
And
exhausted from performing anyways.
yeah, and the clubs here, if you like go out party, they close around 5. So after I've had my burger at Max, it's around like 6 a.m., which is a pretty good time to go to sleep.
You're like, I'm going home.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about your smash, Cant Tame Her. How
Yeah.
was this song born?
So we did it in Stockholm, me, Emanike, and this producer group called Mother. And we had a few days in there. And I was really excited because I love all 3 of them. And I just knew we were going to get like some good songs. So we started ideas. We started making songs like a verse and a chorus, and then moving on to the next idea. But then when we did Cant Tame Her, we started the verse and the chorus, and then we just naturally started writing the second verse, and then going back to it just kind of continued to write itself, which was a really, really good sign. We didn't want to stop writing it, On the songs before, we were like, okay, cool, let's do this, and then we can save them for tomorrow because we had a few days together. So we were like, we can finish them, last day, see which ones we like. But this song was just like an instant. It felt really good. It had this up tempo, like kind of retro beat to it already, which I love the sound of that. And it feels different. It feels different from what I've done before. It feels different from kind of like the rest of the album, but the attitude is there. The attitude is very me. It's fun. It's carefree. It's just about going out, doing whatever you want to do, to not let anybody, stop you from doing that or tell you how or what to do. And I also love that it's written in third person. It's about this. I'm telling a story about this girl when the girl, I suppose, really is me.
Is you.
Yeah. But it's a really nice way of telling, I have to sing a song and tell a story.
Now, I had no idea that Emanike was a part of it. It blows my mind how many songs Emanike is behind.
It's insane. He's so, so good. And I have to hunt him down and track him down. And hopefully we can do some more records for the album because he's my longtime and absolute favorite collaborator. We did Never Forget You together, obviously. That was the first song we ever wrote. And Ain't My Fault. And so many songs that are just waiting to be released. He's just incredible to me.
He's so talented. Now, when was Cant Tame Her written? Was it a long time ago or was it pretty recent?
No, it wasn't that long ago. It was quite recent. I would say definitely less than a year ago. So like a few months before we released it, and which is quite rare because usually the songs kind of marinate in the laptop for a while, or you write them and then you have to make this like release plan and you decide on what to release and all that. But it just felt really instant and something that I wanted to put out as soon as possible. So she is just an amazing song who I'm so happy could get like the love she deserves, and that people want to dance to it.
It's so funny that you mentioned just sitting on the laptop because when I was chatting with Nina Nesbitt, she had mentioned that Love Me a Little, her song with Illenium, had actually sat on her laptop for 5 years before it was released, which is insane.
That's not rare. And sometimes it reminds me, I listen to old songs that I wrote like 5 years ago, and I'm like, this is still a good song. Like, to me, a good song, even though like Cant Tame Her has this retro sound, like it's a new sound for me, but it's not necessarily like completely, it has a sense of familiarity to it. But I think a good song will always be a good song today, 5 years ago, in 5 years. So you should never be shy to really go through previous ideas even and say, can I revive this? If it's good enough, you really can.
Absolutely.
Or just like be inspired by what you've previously done, whatever it is,
Now, something that I love to find out is how many different versions there are of a song from when you start working on it, all the tweaking before it's released. How many V's were there of Cant Tame Her? Do you remember?
So it wasn't too many. Like the song in itself was very set. we didn't rewrite it or anything, but I'm so annoying because I want to re-record it like a million times. If no one's stopping me, I would probably still re-record it. Like, let me re-record it. Like, let me re-record it. Like, I can do better than that. Oh, let me re-record it. And sometimes it ends up being the first version that we release
Is the
anyways.
best.
Like, yeah, like I compare it and I'm like, yeah, the first version was the best. And then I have like 6 re-recordings of it. But this one I think was like the third.
That's the challenge of being a perfectionist. That's the way it is. Well, Zara Larsson, congratulations on your
Thank you
number
so
1.
much.
It is so
Thank
awesome
you.
seeing you. Thank you for your
You
time on
too.
America's Dance 30.
Oh, thank you. I hope to see you soon.